Hello and welcome back to the second half of episode 48, Social Butterflies.
Oh, Lord. It's not like we had a break to just fucking prepare for what we were going to
No, I was drinking coffee over there, away from
this
here.
table. Yes.
But now we're going to be talking about an open-ended question that I think is a crowd favorite. This one is about being social. So what is our social situations that we dread?
There's a lot. Most of my shit is like just social shit. Oh, wait, hold
on. Really?
Fuck.
Please continue.
No, most of the situations I dread being in are mostly social.
Socially.
No, like, see, I had my one of my biggest fears recently, very recently, about like a week and a half ago, is like the distant cousin, or like the like the first cousin to, you know, like you were scared when you were little and you were in like Publix or whatever with your mom, and then you're like in line, and then she's like, hold on, stay in line, I have to go get some, and then your fucking fear is like, I'm next and she's not back yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that my biggest fear as of the moment for the last like week and a half is like a cousin of that. My fear is that I'm gonna be in line by myself because I don't go to Publix with anybody. I'm gonna be in line. I'm gonna be next, and then they're gonna ring my shit out, and I will forget my fucking wallet. That is my biggest fucking fear at the moment.
Yeah.
Because how awkward is that? I don't. Fuck. You almost just died. I have a lot of social anxiety, and I don't like being put in social like mishaps. Kind of like on Thanksgiving or on yesterday or Black Friday. Wow, what day is it? On Black Friday, when I had to do the interview, and it was very, very awkward.
Sure.
Right. I don't like that shit because I don't want people to look at me like, this guy's fucking weird. Like, I know I'm weird, but I let that shit out when I'm comfortable. All right. Yeah. I don't want to just be chilling with people, strangers that I'm not comfortable around, and then they see some weird shit that I do.
Like, I know I'm weird. I don't want them to know that I'm weird.
Exactly. I want specific people. I want the people that deserve to know that I'm weird. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So I'm just fucking scared that I'm just gonna forget my wallet, and then the register person, the cashier, is gonna look at me like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. It'll be like me drunk talking to my ex. I'm so sorry. I swear I had it. I'm so sorry. Like, what? At what point? What even happens next? Do you get arrested, or like what happens? Am I getting fucking ticketed for fraud? Because I fucking grabbed everything, went up there, and then they had to put it back, or do they hold it for me? And I'm like, look, my wallet's in my car. I swear I'll be right back. And then how awkward would that be? Because then what are they gonna do? Void the transaction and bring out the next person, or they're just gonna leave it there, and then like stare at the next person like he has to run to his car to get his wallet. As I'm like running, like I'm running a fucking 40 in the NFL Combine, like fast as fuck, and I come back like pompered in sweat.
You hit a speed bump. There goes your ankle.
I trip. Boom. Yeah, I stay like 15 yards. And I come back, and my wallet's like all destroyed, hanging on by a thread. And I'm like, the credit or debit?
Your arms all torn up from the tarmac, and
dog, that is one of my biggest fears recently. Like, I've never been afraid to like.
Why do you think that is? Like, why all of a sudden that this is coming up on you?
It's weird because I've like left my wallet at like my brother's house before, but that was like a year ago. And right after, when I would go to Publix, I wasn't thinking like, oh, I forgot my wallet. So it's very strange. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't feel like anything recently has gone on to where I've forgotten something.
Okay.
You know, the most I've forgotten is like my AirPods at home instead of bringing them to work. That's happened like once. It was like the worst day of my life though. But
oh God, I gotta listen to people.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, but that was like 6 months ago. So I don't know exactly what's happened recently, but I'm fucking. I'm like, when I go to Publix now, I'm covered in sweat and I'm like, I'm patting my fucking pocket every 5 seconds to make sure it's still there. And like, even if there's like 6 people in front of me, I'll open my wallet and be like, all right, it's there. And like 10 seconds later, okay, it's still there.
Well, I mean, I've experienced that before, looking at the wallet, making sure, okay, there's all of the things are in the wallet that should be in there.
Yes.
Because my thing is that's where those stuff belong and that's where they live. So if it's missing, I don't know where the fuck it is.
I don't know.
Because it should be in the wallet. There's no other place. I
don't know whether to confront my wife, confront myself, or have to beat some stranger's ass. Where do these cards go?
Yeah. But yeah, I've experienced that before.
Do you ever get like physical reactions to that though? Like I'm like sweating profusely in the line at Publix. And it's only at Publix too. I'm not like at work going like, oh shit. But that's because I use my watch to pay for shit.
Sure.
And I could tell that motherfucker's on my wrist.
Well, I mean, I haven't experienced anything like that, in recent times, but it's I guess I get like anxious or nervous or something like that, just like in a cold sweat, just like cold sweat, But then I check to make sure and everything's fine.
Dog, I have like a permanent tingle in my back going down my spine. It like goes all the way down, and instead of just going away, it just like shoots right back up and it's like starts again. I'm like, this motherfucker, goddamn.
Get that thing off a loop.
He has some good plumbing, motherfucker. He goes straight up and he goes right back down. Fuck.
Man, it's so weird. I know what I do on a regular basis though, as far as like making sure I don't forget anything, is when I get in the car, when I'm about to leave the house, I check to make sure I do one more check before I start the car. Got my wallet, got my phone, keys in the ignition, and I'm gone.
Well, good thing you don't have to remember to put the keys in the ignition because that is the only way your car will move.
Well, that's obviously why that is the last thing that I check. And if I don't have the keys, how the fuck did I get in the car?
Hey, bro, you're lucky, bro. I have a couple more shit to remember. Sometimes I like bring usually I leave my scrub top at work because I do tend to forget that shit. But every once in a while, like Thursday, I brought it and home, which I never do. It was super weird. But Friday, like super like still kind of tipsy, like feeling super bad. I forgot that shit, and thank God I was still in the parking lot. I was like, "Oh shit!" And I ran back here, almost hit the wall. But I have to remember, usually on a daily basis, I have to remember my keys, obviously, which is not the hardest one to forget. I have to remember my phone, which is easy too. But then I have to remember my wallet, my AirPods, and then my cigarettes. Usually I forget the cigarettes. So then during lunch, I have to walk across the street. It's a whole ordeal.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. So I'm like, this is literally what I do. And mind you, I don't have any pockets on my chest, but I do my chest. I go all the way down, like I'm patting my shit down, like I'm trying to go into a nightclub. Like, and I'm like, all right, cool, we got everything.
Yeah.
That's good. And then usually when I'm in my car and I first get out of the neighborhood, it's like, fuck. Forgot one thing.
Slam that bad boy in reverse.
Yeah, always, bro. Always.
I mean, that's why I have a backpack, because I just keep that stuff in that backpack.
See, that's a good idea.
And when I get home, like if I had to wear like a uniform or something like that, if I don't wear it to work, as soon as I get home, I throw in a new one, in the backpack as soon as I get home, to make it a routine.
But you see, what happens is I forget to even do the setup to the shit that I forget. Like, because you forget in the morning to do it, you set it up the day prior.
Yes.
I forget to do the setup the day prior because of the shit that I forget in the morning. My life is a mess, bro.
It is. You really need to get together, man.
Yes. And like, there's some other social situations that I'm like dreadful on, because most of the situations I'm in that I dread are social.
How dreadful. Okay.
So I'd be scared, bro. That because all of this shit is like really just my insecurities. Like the first one is like it was like, it's not really insecurity, but more like you're just afraid of being in a situation. This was
Sure.
completely 100% an insecurity, and it's I don't want to look ugly when I have to jog. Some people run. Like, I'm not worried about running because I'm like, if I'm running, it's like one of two situations. Either I'm running away from a cop or I'm running in the gym. And I feel like if you're running in one of those two situations, nobody's gonna look at you and like critique your form and be like, well, he's not sexy, So, but like jogging though, you can jog to do anything, right? So, how that awkward situation where somebody opens the door in front of you, but you're like 3 football fields away, so you have to like awkwardly jog to the door so it doesn't, they don't have to hold it for like 3 days. Yeah, when that shit happens to me, which surprisingly a lot, mad annoying, I jog, but I feel like I look ugly doing it. No, like I keep it tight, because I don't know what to do with my hands. Look, I really don't know what to do with my hands when I'm jogging. Okay, sometimes I'm like cracking my fingers, or like I'm doing this shit as I'm jogging. Mind you, I'm like doing this shit like a fucking invisible, like
what the hell,
like
man?
a 1 millimeter fucking Rubik's cube. Like I'm
casting
doing this
a
shit.
spell,
Dog. Honestly, I look like Wanda from fucking Avengers, where I'm
That's
like
funny.
doing all this weird shit with my hands and shit,
Right.
bro. Yeah. I know I look ugly doing it. So I try not to jog, but I get fucking very anxious because I do not want to be in that situation where, let's say it's a girl that does that, right? Let's say it's my coworker Ashley, right? My coworker Ashley, she always opens the door for me. I'm like fucking 6 dimensions away. I have to jog over there, right? If I jog and she's like, "Oh, he's ugly," she's gonna go to her friends and then she's gonna be like, "Yo, he has the ugliest fucking jog I've ever seen in my life." Then guess what? Then the friend's gonna go on Facebook. They're gonna be like, "David fucking sucks at jogging. He is the ugliest jogger in life, in all of life." Then if it gets shared 100 times, it has its own Facebook page. I'm on fucking Good Morning America. Then next thing you know, fucking ESPN is doing an analysis and next gen stats on my fucking jogging form.
And then you see like on the news or whatever, Florida man has ugly jog.
Florida man has ugliest jog in existence.
Gross.
And then next thing you know, I'm fucking famous for that shit. And I'm like, "Hey guys, I do a podcast," and like, "You're ugly as fuck when you jog, so I don't care what the fuck you do outside of that." Then I am in the worst position in my life where I have no choice but to kill myself because people.
But you're so famous.
Bro, but not for the good thing, bro. I'm trying to be famous for at least being funny, not being funny looking.
No. You gotta look at the other side. Then people are gonna like support you for trying to be healthy because you're jogging.
Bruh. Fuck that. I don't want that to be a situation where people have to support me or be against me. Can you imagine that?
Well, first of all, why do you think it's necessary for you to rush yourself for somebody else that's holding the door for you? That's
because
way
that's
too
another
far
awkward
away.
situation that I don't want to be in.
That's on them, not on you.
Right.
They easily could go in. The door just slowly closes by itself before you even get to the door.
Right.
So they're holding it way too long.
But if they're a good person morally,
okay,
and they keep the door open, then I feel like inside their head, if I don't jog, they're like, "This fucking piece of shit's not jogging. How dare he not fucking jog?" I'm holding the door open for an eternity. I have 6 customers in line. You better fucking jog, you piece of shit.
That is neither a written or an unwritten rule that if somebody holds the door open for you, that you must then jog to get there quickly.
Look,
it's not like inconvenience to them.
This all stems from personal experience. Not from anybody else, but because of myself.
What happened?
Because I do that shit. I do it.
What happened to you as a child that caused this to be a thing for you?
You know what happened to me that caused this to be a thing?
I have no idea.
I opened the door for somebody else. If they jog and they look ugly, I judge them, and then I therefore say it to other people. And if they don't jog, I, in my head, obliterate them with words. Because of how much of a piece of shit there are for not jogging, you fucking incompetent fuck. This all stems because of my shit.
Your own insecurities.
Yes, my own insecurity is caused by the shit that I do.
My God.
Right? Right?
You should write a book.
But here's look. This is the last social thing I dread. Whatever the fuck that
Oh man, is this tops the other two?
Dog. No, this is connected
Okay.
to the second one. Like if this shit happens with the second one, I have to go home and kill myself immediately. Like before all of this shit comes out.
Okay.
Is when I'm like trying to walk cool or like just move cool, and you do that ghost like trip, you know, where like you trip on like even playing field for no reason. You just like
trip on your own shoe.
Yeah, like you just like trip randomly
in
front of somebody that you like or that is good looking. Dog, that shit happens to me. It's like a fucking unwritten rule in my life. God is like, whenever you're next to a pretty girl and you're trying to look cool, she's staring right at you, you're walking all sexy and stuff, you know, your beard flanging and shit, you're gonna trip on literally nothing.
Well, it sounds to me like you put a lot of pressure on yourself.
Yes.
You don't have to do that.
Dog, I am single and I'm looking out there, and I can't be out there looking like a piece of just like funny looking dough.
You put too much pressure on yourself. I mean, that's all I had to say. Like, it's on you. You are doing that to yourself.
Okay, but this is the worst part about it is because I told you I don't want to look weird in front of people I don't know. I don't want to look funny in front of people I don't know. But the crazy shit is, and you know this because I'm comfortable around you, I will do some really weird. I would, if I had a girlfriend and all this shit happened to me in front of my girlfriend, I'd be perfectly fine. I wouldn't care because I'm like, I'm weird. Weird shit happens to me. She knows I'm weird. I'm comfortable with her knowing I'm weird. But when it comes to absolute strangers that I'll probably never see in my life again, it is completely different. Completely different. Because I'm like, what if this person holds power in the future of my life and they just guide this shit to just being a shithole of like, just, I'm on the Wendy Williams show and she's making fun of me and, you know, all this stuff. Ellen DeGeneres is giving me money for fucking therapy to help me out with all the bad negativity I've been facing. You know, I don't want to deal with that.
Not tripping over your own shoes.
Yeah, but if it happened, like if you open the door for me and I jogged in the most ugliest way ever, and then I also tripped, I'll probably make a joke about it, and you'll die to existence laughing, and I'll just be like, yeah, it was pretty funny. But if it happened to a stranger, I'd go home immediately. Kurt Cobain myself.
Ooh, too early. Too soon.
Too soon?
Social situations for me. I mean, I have played off shit like that. Like, to me, I'm like, what am I gonna do? There's no undoing it, you know. So I'm like, yo, you didn't see that, you know. I would say something like that, even to a fucking stranger. I'm like, you didn't see that, or I'd be like, watch your step over there, or whatever the fuck.
That is the widest shit you can say. Oh, watch your step over there. There's a.
Well, especially if I talk like that, yes. But I'd be, you know, just play it off. What? I fucking tripped, you know, on my own shoe. Or careful, that floor's sticky, or whatever the fuck. You know, I don't know.
But you don't face these problems because you don't judge people as harshly as I do other people. And I'm afraid of being judged that harshly back. The reciprocity is what scares me.
Correct, because I know that everybody is a mess. Everybody is a mess in their own way.
Yes.
We are all dealing with life in the best way possible. And sometimes they're not at their best.
I know, but when you have such a low successful rate like me, right? You just
I know we're talking about work.
Try to get
you got 100% success rate right now with work.
I don't know about that.
This is your first job.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Yeah, I'm giving awkward interviews, man.
Well, that's because
I have to work with this girl.
You fucking drank all day the day before.
Dude, I have to make up for the whole interview by being normal the first day I work with her.
Just don't worry about it, man, because you know you're just gonna be tripping on the carpet, you know, back there. She
probably went home to her husband and said, my new boss is super weird. I bet he trips whenever he jogs. piece of shit.
I bet he doesn't know how to use his hands when he jogs too.
God damn. I bet whenever he ties his laces, he sings the shoe tying laces song from SpongeBob.
Yeah. A little rabbit around the tree and back in the hole. Yep.
Yeah. I'm scared of that shit. But I've made progress.
Sure.
Some of my old social things I would dread, I don't dread anymore. I play them off like you. I just haven't learned how to play these other new ones off.
You'll figure it out.
Like messing up my wording.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have I done that in this podcast?
No, all the fucking time.
There's a whole episode's worth of me just messing up saying words.
And I'm pretty sure that every single episode you did mess up words.
Every single one, there's at least one.
Yeah.
One mess up in there.
Sure.
But I learned how to play it off because I'm like, well, fuck you. 2 languages. Let's speak 2 of them.
That's right.
Pick your poison.
Yeah.
And I do it at work all the time.
Which one's your first one?
Which one?
First language.
Oh, Spanish. First one I learned.
Gotcha.
I learned English when I was 4.
Okay.
Thanks to Snoop Dogg and DMX and
True role models.
On Ludacris, move, bitch, get out the way. Literally, I think my first words were that sentence in English.
Okay.
My first words was move, bitch. my brother, he was 5 years older than me, so we listened to a lot of rap.
Preschool.
And my parents didn't know what these words meant, so my brother could listen to anything.
Yeah.
Even before I turned like 9 or 10, and then they were like, these are bad words.
Yeah. Preschool and first grade were great.
Yes, bro. I was just listening to Lil Wayne the whole time.
God. I guess like for me, it's like going into a place that I'm not familiar with, knowing nobody there.
Oh, that shit scares me. To this day, I'm 100% like that too.
I mean, I kind of want to. It's kind of like a cold call in a way. Not a warm call or something like that. You know the difference? It's like if you're getting a phone call transferred to you, but they're like, yo, it's so-and-so at this place.
So you know what to expect.
So you actually know what's happening versus like you pick up the phone when it's ringing and you don't know what the fuck you're going to expect. You don't know who is on the other line. You motherfucker. I'm like, first of all, do not raise your voice at me. Yeah, it's something like that. But like going into
I definitely had to mentally prepare before I go to any place new. Sometimes I even like recon.
Sure.
Like
absolutely. I mean, when I was DJing and whatnot, like I needed to do that with my buddy, because we would do different places and whatnot, but like I wanted to, because my car has been towed twice in this town. Right. So right now I don't fucking trust anybody. Right. Like it didn't help. That did not help the situation, right? So, I remember when we were in Jacksonville, like we had like a little performance, Jacksonville Beach, where I wanted to scope out the area, like the day before or something like that to know where I'm gonna park.
Yeah.
Right. Because we're gonna get there early, and that's another thing. I need to get there early. And not just to set up, because it takes time to do all that, but like I want to make sure that I get a parking spot, in the right area and whatnot, because you got to drag all that shit and all that stuff. But yeah, so scope out the area, But if I'm going to like a festival or something like that, or like back in the day it was like a rock concert, whatever. I would want to go with people that I knew, right? Go with a group.
Just in case somebody try to jump you, you're like, yo, I know you, help me.
Right.
Guaranteed help. Come on, bitch.
Yes. Yeah, we signed the pact,
Remember when I cut my hand? We did the Blood Brother pact? Come on.
Yeah. No, that wasn't jelly. That was blood. Now, even today, I like going if I gotta do errands and whatnot, I like going with my wife. That it's not just spending time with her, but it's also because I don't like people. Like it's just the social interactions and whatnot. Like it's draining, and
Yeah.
it's a
So
little
if
bit
you're with
better.
somebody else, then nobody's gonna randomly come up to you and start conversation.
Well, not just that. Like, I'm just, I hate being around people, especially if I had a long week and whatnot. It's like I just want to get out,
internet.
Um, but then you can divide and conquer, so it's, half the time they got to be in the place or whatever it is, doing errands and shit.
Motherfucker, he got everything set up. He's like, all right, look, we at Publix. You hit up aisle 1 to 9. I'll hit up 10 to 19.
Yeah, something like that.
Damn.
And actually, true story. Like the last time we did that, we're gonna get pub subs for dinner, right? So she took the cart. She started going to all the different places, hitting up the things that we need to do, while I was in line
In a static environment.
In a static environment where it's very calm. I was able to collect myself.
Yeah.
I was able to take time, look at the menu, see what I wanted to get, rehearse the speech, know all the fucking steps and ingredients,
shit, bro.
Memorize what my wife texted me, what she wanted to get. I'm telling you what, man. This is me on anxiety meds.
Dog,
like,
trust me, bro. I feel the same way in restaurants. I studied the menu, right? I'm like, all right, look, I'm gonna get a burger. I'm gonna ask for French fries as my side. There's two sides, so I'm gonna get mashed potatoes as the other side. I'm gonna get no tomatoes, onions on that, double onions, no ketchup. I already got that in. All right, cheeseburger, French fries, mashed potatoes. No onions or double onions, no ketchup. And I rehearse that shit all the time. And then the the waiter comes in.
Hey,
what would you like? And then I do that shit. No. I do that shit flawlessly.
Oh, okay.
Cheeseburger, double onions, no ketchup, French fries, mashed potatoes. And then I feel good. I'm like, oh, good. And I start like closing the menu and shit. And I start handing it to him. And he's like, how would you like that cook? And I'm like, fuck. I was not ready for a fucking following question to that. I thought I prepared for every question you would possibly ask, sir. And then I'm like, okay. Like in my head, I'm just like, all right, I usually get medium rare. Well done. And I'm like, fuck. Shit. Nah, so.
And you just scream, fuck. Do you want to change it?
He's looking at me weird, and then I have to play it off. I have Tourette's. So
stupid.
So I know you say you go to places with your wife a lot, and I know I'm pretty sure there's not a problem now. But in the beginning, when you were first like going out on dates with your now wife, were you like anxious and sociably dreadful of like driving with her in the car? Because holy fuck, has that been like such a case for me now?
Driving?
Yes. Like you drive, you driving the way you drive, but like she doesn't like accept that. I'm very anxious of that situation.
What do you mean she doesn't accept it on how I drive?
So like, let's say like you usually take turns a specific way, right? And you're used to it. That's the way you take turns. You think it's perfect, obviously, because you're driving and you feel a little bit differently in the driver's seat than in the passenger seat. Now, if she's in the car and you haven't driven her around for a while, so, first time in the car, right? And you drive and you take a turn. Are you ever anxious that she's gonna like think it's like too sharp and be like, he got me nauseous and she'll like fucking throw up all over you and shit? No, or like you getting lost and shit. That is one of my biggest fears of all time is getting lost while having somebody in the car that I know will not accept me for being lost. And I had this situation that came up recently.
Because I completely own up to it. And I'm like, I hook up my phone. Like as soon as we get in the car, I hook up my phone. Nav comes on.
See,
and
I don't.
She's
do
like,
that.
We're going to Trader Joe's. You know where it's at. And I'm like, beep, beep, beep. First of all, I love it. I love the technology, and that's what I want. It makes me comfortable, and I enjoy all the stuff. It's a perk that I have, and I want to use it. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, you know, I like it because it also has the traffic updates.
Yes.
Like sometimes, oh, that's a damn good thing I turned that on because we're gonna go this way and it's fucking blocked. You know, so we're going a different route.
See,
You know, but with
you're a different person than me though, because we both like to be like set up and prepared. We both like to be prepared.
yes, we
But
do.
you like to show your preparedness. I like to surprise with my preparedness. Like you'll get in the car with your wife and you'll put on the navigation and shit,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
and it shows that you're prepared and shit. You know what to do.
Mhm.
Me, I like to play it off like it's my first time and I don't know what I'm doing, but deep down, like I'll play it off like I don't know what I'm doing, but deep down I'm like, I got this shit on lockdown. Here's the situation, right? This
Yes.
happened like
What is this?
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Hopefully she doesn't watch this episode and think I'm weird as fuck. But so my good friend, I say good friend, we met like a month ago, right? We've been friends for a while. We've been texting.
Okay.
And then she was like, "Oh, there's this new ice cream place that just opened up recently, and I want to go try it. You want to go?" I was like,
Mhm.
"Bet." She's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Oh, let me go pick you up from work, and then we'll go over there." She's like, "All right, bet."
Mhm.
So it's a Sunday or it's a Saturday, right? We're gonna go on a Sunday.
Mhm.
Now, this place is called Jeremiah's Ice Cream. It's like right next to Four Rivers, which I didn't know. I have to look it up, obviously. But as I was texting, I was like, "Oh, where's the place?" Blah blah blah, and all this stuff, like trying to act like, "Oh shit, I don't know where that's at." And then I went out and did recon. Right? I took the exact route that I know I would take. I went from where I was gonna pick her up, and I drove the exact route that I know I'm gonna take to Jeremiah's Ice Cream, and then I drove it back for, just to make sure it's a very efficient and, well-rounded, good route to take, because I don't want to look like a fucking idiot driving, right?
Mhm.
So I do that. Now, skip to Sunday, I go pick her up. She gets in the car, and I'm like, all right, where's this place? I don't know where it's at. I'm playing it off. She's like, "Oh, it's down Archer Road." I'm like, "Look, I don't drive on that side of town, so I don't know exactly where it's at." She's like, "It's like right next to," I think she said like whatever the fuck that's right next to it. And I'm like, I had no idea. She's like, "Okay, just go on Archer Road." I was like, "Okay," and I waited a second. I looked around and we were still in the parking lot. I looked around and shit. I'm like, I guess I'll take Tower Road all the way down to Archer. But mind you, I did this shit yesterday. I did the whole route yesterday. So I played it off, right? First thing that happens to me when I get out of the parking lot. Now, this shit is unpredictable as fuck, right? I can predict everything else, but I can't predict this shit. First thing that happens when I get out the parking lot, I get cut off. Like somebody cuts me off, like almost crashed into me. I had to brake. So I'm like, fuck, bro. I mean, hopefully she doesn't. I mean, it's not my fault that I just got cut off. She didn't like jump. Like I have pretty good like braking. Not when I'm alone. When I'm alone, my fucking car goes. But when I'm with somebody in the car, bro, I brake like so gently and like so smoothly. You don't even tell the car goes to zero. You don't even tell. So whatever, I get cut off. I'm like, well, that's unpredictable. Start sweating a little bit. I'm like, what else can happen, God? So we go down. I make it to Archer Road. I'm like, I don't know where this is going. I don't know where to go. But I'm staying on the left lane. I'm like, I know where it's going. And then she's like, oh, take that turn over there. And it wasn't a turn that I took during my recon. So I was like, oh, fuck. And I just started sweating. I'm like, oh, shit, bro. Yo, I was like, imagine inside there's like a group of people working with like fucking terminals and shit. And they're like, oh my God, there's unpredictability. Sir, what do we do? Just play it off and take the route we did yesterday. So I was like, oh, over there? Ah, fuck. So I like went on the turning lane that I took the day before where she wanted me to turn. I was like, ah, shit. Well, I'm sure you can still get in from here. She's like, I don't think so. And I was like, no. I'm pretty sure you can get in from here. So whatever, I go there. She also says I ran a stoplight. I didn't run a stoplight or a stop sign. I didn't run a stop sign. I know that for sure. Whatever. We had a great time. We ate some ice cream. It was good ice cream. I was actually really cold, so it was actually fucking freezing. And I'm wearing like a regular t-shirt and shorts. So I'm freezing my ass off with this ice cream. And then it's time for the drive back. So I take the same exact route. Like we can go the way that she first told me to turn the first time when we went in. I was like, nah, fuck that. That's unpredictable. I know where I'm going.
So-
I know how many clicks until the next stop sign.
So footnotes for me right now. Sorry to interrupt, but I have
No, go
got to I got to do like little notes right here. So you're already lying.
Dog, but I gotta, but I don't want to look like an idiot. I don't want to be in that situation where I'm an idiot.
You're already lying, and you're not listening to her. She tells you to go this way, and you're like, "Nah, I'm going this way."
But I played it off,
Okay.
Andy. I played it off
Okay.
like I thought you said here, so I went here. I played it off, bro.
So you're on the ride back. All right, please continue.
Yeah, we're on the ride back.
Mhm.
Somebody else cuts me off. I'm like, oh, okay,
Of course,
fucking
of course.
amazing. But
Mhm.
yeah, we drive all the way back. I get her back into the thing, into the parking lot. She gets in her car. You know, we say goodbye, all that stuff. And I felt like it was a mission accomplished in terms of like, dog, I played it off to where like I didn't know where this place was, which technically I didn't until a couple hours ago for like 5 minutes. And you know, I played it off and I made it seem like I wasn't prepared, but I'm a good driver because, you know, the things that happened, me getting cut off was obviously not my fault, but I reacted accordingly to something a sane person who is not weird and fucking crazy would react like. So I feel like I killed it.
Okay.
I feel like I killed it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how much I am, though. Like that's how fucking dreaded of I dread being in those type of situations so much that I will prepare and like take time out of another day just to prepare enough to not look like an idiot, but still play it off like I don't know what I'm doing, but really I do.
Well, that's.
I want to look. I thrive on low expectations. If she gets in the car and she's like, "Do you know where it's at?" and I say, "Yes, I know exactly where it's at," she is now expecting me to know where it's at. So if I fuck up, then she's like, "Didn't you say where you knew where it's at?" But if I say I don't know where it's at, but I get there perfectly, then she's like, "You know what? For the first time of him going there, he impressed me."
I'm pretty sure that's not what she was thinking.
Yeah, she probably didn't even think about it. But still,
This
bro, I'm just
fucking
saying
guy
that's how
running
that's
stop
how
signs.
fucking prepared I am. I didn't run that stop sign. Bro.
Not
Straight up,
listening
she
to me.
straight up lied.
Told her to go this way. And oh
Fucking
my god!
never letting him drive again.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
that's the type of person I am. It's weird. I thrive on low expectations.
Okay.
If you expect a lot out of me, I get so nervous and so anxious that I'm gonna fuck up because
No.
it's like the law of attraction.
Why live here when you can start living down here? Yeah. Exactly.
No. You can have other people think you live here, but then when they get to know you, you live over here. It's crazy.
Your expectations are up here, but you're actually down
You're one of
here,
my
but
most
then they
stable
think
friends. You know that, right? You're one of my most
God.
stable friends.
Shit.
You already know what to expect out of me, which is it's obviously gone
Down
lower.
here,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it was worse.
Mm.
At one moment it was worse than that.
Yeah.
But usually I have like a revolving door of friends because like, you know, they expect low of me. I impress them and then they start expecting high and then I'm obviously gonna, you know, destroy those expectations in a negative way and just look like a complete piece of shit. So
Yeah.
I have to then change friends so then I can have another friend with low expectations and impress them. And it's just a revolving door of just people that expect very low of me and me impressing them and then me having to change it because then they don't expect low of me anymore.
Sounds exhausting, man.
Welcome to my life. This is my life. This is my life.
Oh my god. Well, no, I don't put myself in that situation. You know,
You're good now though. You have a wife.
well, even then, you know, I use the navigation. You know, I even if I didn't have the nav system like on in the car, like I would use it on my phone. Just, you know, set it up.
That's what I
that
do
way.
when I'm alone.
Like, first of all, who lies like this? You know,
It's not that it's not lying.
fronting in a way like you are putting on an act.
Because of how perfect I want everything to go.
Well, it's
Even if
perfectly
me and
fine.
her are not gonna be in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
I still want her to go perfect.
Sure.
Because in that sense, I am a perfectionist. In that sense.
Okay.
But I also thrive on low expectations. So I have to set the low expectations to make sure that I could then impress with my high result. It's my philosophy, man.
Okay. Sure.
I'm sure my stepmom was gonna watch this episode and then text me like an hour later, like, "Yo, that makes so much sense."
It all makes sense now.
So
okay,
yeah,
man.
yeah, it was different when I was with my girlfriend. It was different.
Right.
Because she's been in the car with me a bunch of times, driven her. I was very comfortable with being able to fuck up. I was comfortable with that.
Right.
Because if I knew that she knew I was a bad driver, she knew that I would know that she knows that I know that she is a much worse driver than I am. So no matter how much I could fuck up, I could still be like, didn't you like hit a curb and lose your wheel? And then it would just shut everything down.
You constantly bring that up every single time. Well, at least I didn't lose a wheel.
Yeah. So yes.
David, you drove us over a cliff. At least I didn't lose a wheel.
Yeah. Lost the car, I didn't lose a wheel though.
At least I kept it all together.
Yeah.
Stupid. Crazy. Yeah, so the social anxiety kind of gets me, still sometimes. But before I was on this medicine that I'm taking, like like I would get like the emotional energy just drains so much if I'm going to the grocery store or something like that. This is especially like during when COVID was like really rampant and whatnot. We still had to go to a grocery store and eat, and all these fucking people like didn't want to.
Wouldn't that help your social anxiety though? Because less people.
This is. No, because there would be lines.
Oh, that's right.
People.
Oh, bro, I forgot about that.
Fucking
there was like
lines
dots
of people
outside of Publix. Oh, that shit was
fucking
awful.
Lines of people
That
and
shit
just
was awful.
waiting for to go in, and it's like you would go in thinking, all right, which one of these motherfuckers is gonna give it to me? Which
I wouldn't go in like that. I would go in saying like sweating, just thinking there's a lot of people waiting on me to hurry up. So I would be in a rush.
Well, yeah, there's that too. But then I'm like, man, I can't rush. I've been waiting all this time for my turn, And then it was after that, where they didn't have like the limit of people to go inside, but then it was like all fucking packed, and I'm like, these motherfuckers are gonna give it to me. Like I can't stand it. People are standing in my fucking way. Just I think I got it from my mom because she hates going to the store too. But I don't mind going to the store, but like I mind it when there's people in my way not moving and just
waiting in line is one of my most hateful things.
I'm actually okay waiting in line because I'm done. And this is it. This is the finish line. Like I am moving out of the store.
It's not the finish line though.
I'm so close.
You're close to getting inside, and then you have to do the shit that you even left your house to do.
I'm sorry.
In that specific situation, or even in any situation, what do you?
You said
you never
said,
wait in line to leave.
Hold on. Yeah. Oh yeah.
When do you wait in line to leave?
Oh, all the time, waiting in line to check out.
That's not that bad. Has it really been
that's
that
what I'm
bad? In
saying.
The last 2 years, has it been that bad?
Oh, listen, like I went to Walmart not too long ago.
Oh, bitch. I mean, why? That explains
I had to. There was like something that I needed to get, and it was at Walmart or whatever, so I had to go. And this Walmart that we got now, this was off of Waldo Road.
Oh, bitch. Oh, no. That's the one I used to go to at like 2 a.m.
Right. So I made the mistake, and I went over there. For whatever reason, I don't even know. I don't even know what I was getting. Doesn't matter. Man, it's all self-checkout.
What a fuck up.
It's all self-checkout now.
Yeah, I know.
And there's like 8 registers, which I'm like, this is more than they've ever had open at once. This is amazing. But everybody had to do it. And it was such a long-ass line, just for self-checkout. And I'm like, God damn. This is like at like some theme park line that we walk all the way down, get in line, and then just come back. And you would think it'll go a lot faster because it's 8 8 registers, but it's all self checkout. Like it sucks.
You're relying on people that aren't trained.
Yeah.
to
And I'm
then
like, well,
do
there's
this
no
for
way
you.
I'm gonna fucking come back here again.
But that's warm. I mean,
Okay,
personally, at Publix, I wait like most I've waited at Publix and checkout in the last like
Right.
6 months I've gone
Yeah.
is 2 minutes.
Right. I mean, I've been doing self checkout at
I don't even
Publix.
do I don't do self checkout at Publix. I wait for I want to talk to a person. Weird. But I just want to say hi and then have a good night. Take it easy. I just want to say that.
I mean, if I got a lot of stuff in the cart, I don't do self checkout because it's just cumbersome. But if I got like 4 things,
I do it. I remember. I got one thing and I'll still wait in line for a person.
right.
Just so I could say hi.
I mean,
Have a good night,
I
take it
keep
easy.
it as an option for me, depending on what the line situation is, because I don't mind doing that. Because when it first was starting to be a thing for self checkout, like I was completely against it. Like,
Really? But
yes.
don't you love that type of technology? Oh, you just don't want to do work and be like, what the fuck? They ain't paying
No.
me.
It's not that I don't want to do work. It's like I shouldn't have to do this and take it away from other people that could be making money from doing this.
No, those people could just get a new job fixing the shit when that shit breaks.
You're missing the point.
The job just switches over to something else.
I know it's the job's just gonna replace, but we're going down a rabbit hole right now.
we could just split this episode into 2 different days.
Oh shit!
Like, one
Part
comes
A,
out-
Part B.
Yeah,
okay.
one comes out Monday, the other one comes out like Wednesday or Tuesday.
Okay, weird. Okay. Well, we should have thought about that.
Yeah, would have made the break of last episode.
Yeah.
Could have ended it on a good.
Yeah, we could have had 4 parts instead of whatever. But hey, here we are.
Yeah. See. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just waiting.
I was trying to go back into the dreaded situation thing. Social.
Well, are you feeling dreadful right now? Ugh.
No, I'm comfortable in my own house. Thank you very much. This is
Okay.
one of the only places. The only places left.
And that's why we moved the recordings here.
Yes, mad comfortable here. Yeah, I just see. I've gotten over like the messing up my English type thing. I've gotten over the like starting a conversation with somebody. I don't
Sure.
start small talk. Like when people even at work, people will be like,
Hello. Yes.
be like, how's it
Paper's fine.
going? No.
Great. Have a good day. You too.
Well, no,
That's small talk.
no, but I'm saying like when they ask like, oh, how was your Thanksgiving? I'll be like, well, I've been answering. I'm like, well, it was eventful. It was something for sure. But I don't ask them. I don't make small talk in terms of like what happened with your Thanksgiving because I don't give a fuck what your answer is. So I'm only gonna ask shit that I care about. But I have been better at like extending conversations with
Pleasantries?
people in a personal way.
Gotcha.
But even then, I'm still very scared of like starting an argument or like debating stating a point
Mm.
that I'm not fully comfortable in, but
Sure.
which I do all the time, but like in a non-trolling way, thinking it's real. Because there's a lot of times, even at work, especially at work, because it's when I get the most social time in, like I'll say some shit that I know is wrong, but present it as correct just to fuck with people. That is me having fun at work.
Sure.
Is me just saying shit. But then it also sets a low expectation whenever they're like, well, FDR's middle name was David. And I'm like, no, it's not. It was Delano. And then they think I'm fucking with them. But then they Google it and they're like, oh my God, David's right. He actually might be smart. He actually might be a little smart. So that, that's good too. But I like to fuck with people and like come up with like say these outlandish shit and just present it as real. And, obviously I know it's wrong.
So you
But
just like trolling people.
Yes, I love trolling people. But I'm very scared that one day I'll be in like a group of like people I actually care about and respect, and like that I respect what their opinion is and how they judge me, and then I'll say some shit, not trying to troll them, but just trying to just be like, well, dogs are actually colorblind, right? Like I'll say that, and I'll present it as truth,
Mm-hmm.
and me thinking that it's truth, like being 100% behind it, I'm scared of being questioned and then having to argue a point that I'm not 100% sure of without any evidence besides this one person told me. This one time in high school, they told me this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because one person can be like, "Are you sure about that? What evidence do you have?" I'm not gonna be like, "Well, actually, there was a 1942 study made by John Kravinsky about the colored perception that's reflected out of the dog's eyesight." I'm not gonna say that because I have no clue about if that's real or not.
Sure.
But if this person is well versed in that topic, I will be 100% scared as fuck, sweating my eyes out, just wanting to be like, excuse me, I have to leave.
Excuse me, I need a projectile vomit.
Especially when it turns out I'm very wrong. Dogs actually, I just learned this the other day. And honestly, this might be a situation where I present it as truth, but it might be wrong. But I learned this the other day. Apparently, dogs are not completely colorblind. They can see some specific, like, not shades, but like spectrum of color.
Yeah.
I did not fucking know that until just the other, like 2 weeks ago. Nobody told me that. Can you imagine if I was in a situation with somebody who's in vet school, didn't know this, and I'm like, yo, you know, actually dogs are colorblind. And they're like, no, they're not. And then I'm like, are you sure?
Well, actually.
Yeah. And then I try to argue the point, and you know how bad I'll look? Can you imagine if I like the person? Can you imagine if the person I want to be my future girlfriend says some shit, and then I'll be like, that's not true. And then she fucking like argues with me, and like she wins, and then I look like an idiot. I'm not gonna have some ego trip and be like, well, you know, my pride is hurt because I was wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong, but I also don't want to look like an idiot because I know deep down, I don't know this actually, but I feel like deep down for the rest of our life together, I should be like, this is the fucking idiot who said dogs are colorblind.
Yeah.
Hey, this is my husband, David. Hey, how's it going? And then she's like, whispers into your ear, he said dogs are colorblind. Idiot.
He thinks dogs are colorblind. This guy,
fucking moron. I'm scared of shit like happening.
I just met you.
Exactly. I'm scared of that happening. I just want to be. Good for a partner.
I do remember something about that with dogs not being completely colorblind. It's like if you have like a ball,
yellows or red,
if you see like a ball or you got a blue ball in your hand and you throw it out into a green field, they can't see it or something like that because it's like all the same shade to them. But if the ball is like bright yellow, like a tennis ball, or if it's like a red ball or something like that, they can see it. You know, I remember something about that.
Yeah, it was very vague when I learned this.
Yeah,
and it was on YouTube. It could have possibly just.
And then that's also another thing. I only know what I know.
Yes, but have you ever tried to, express what you know and then have it be wrong, and then the rest of your life is crushed?
Well, I mean, I think your pride's getting in your way.
Well, a little bit. But are you not scared of that happening?
I want to know the
truth. Looking
like
a complete fool.
Listen, I would say like what I think I know is the truth. It's because what I have been told and what I understand to be true. But if you can prove me wrong, please do so because I want to know the truth. That's me.
I feel like
ego is getting in the way.
Hey, it's one of my best and worst traits. I can admit that. My ego has helped me a lot, but it also does not help me a lot. It's situational for me in terms of like I want to know I'm wrong when I'm wrong, but it's very situational.
Please be gentle.
It's very situational when I feel like I can accept it. If that makes sense? I'm welcome to it, but like okay.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. My first Not Good Enough anime episode, I talked about high school DxD. Right? And somewhere in there on the script, I wrote something about, they were talking about making a season. I think it was like 4 or 5, right? Then somebody commented on the video and said, that is incorrect. They have not said any plans about that. Now, it was obviously right for them to say that because I just said something in a video, in an audio review of a podcast or of an anime on a podcast. about something, and I presented the knowledge or the evidence or lack therefore of as truth, but it happened not to be truth. So that deserved to be called out on 100%. But I was still very dreadful because I feel like now everybody in the world is going to see that comment and then be like, well, David's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
There's this credibility for everything else he ever says into a mic.
Everything he says is a lie. Don't trust him whatsoever.
Lying piece of shit.
Yeah.
They'll prefer Alex Jones over me, bro.
Yeah.
That's how scared I am.
Yeah, go back to your parents' basement. Get the fuck out of here.
No basements in Florida.
Exactly. Like, go
6
back
feet
to
on
your
there.
roof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go back to your cave.
I'm scared, bro. I'm scared of that.
Man,
there's a lot of things that there's a lot of situations socially that I'm dreadful to be in, or I'm dreadful that will happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's a scary world out there.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, that goes away with age. There's a lot of shit that I used to be scared of, like ordering food at a restaurant. Like now, I'm just scared that I'll. Like,
listen. Talking about situations. All right, so my wife and I, right? So we go into like a drive-through, right? And I'm driving. That's the worst thing ever, man.
Why?
Because, man, she is.
Aren't you comfortable with driving her?
Oh yeah, I love driving her around. I love driving, period, right? But like, man, I hate going through the drive-through when I'm driving because, like, we go to Starbucks, right? We got a long day of errands. We're gonna hit up Starbucks right away, right? So I order mine, and I'm about to order mine, and she rattles off what she wants to get. My short-term memory is not recording anything because it's just so much. There's so much sensation that's happening. Like
she wanted you to order for her, or did you let her order?
Well, at first, she would tell me what she wants to get.
That shit, it's the worst. That shit is the worst.
So she would rattle off the fucking name of the drink has like 15 syllables, right?
Oh my God, is it Starbucks?
And then that's because it's Starbucks, right?
Fuck.
So it's like a different language, and I only speak maybe English, whatever the fuck I'm speaking. And then she also says like the food items that she wants to get, and I'm like, I don't remember what I want to get. I only get the same thing every time, And I'm like, this is too much for me.
Fuck.
She's like, do you want me to order for me? And I'm like, yes, please.
Dog, you know how many times I was in the car with your Crystal at like Starbucks, and and I'm like, oh, what do you want to order? And she says something, and then by the end of it, I don't even try. I'm just like, just point at the speaker. I'm like,
if it's after 4 syllables,
nah, you got it, bro.
Just
or you try to remember it, and you're like. It's like, for example, like just say it was McDonald's because I don't know anything about Starbucks.
Sure.
Just say it's McDonald's and be like, Oreo McFlurry, double switched, whatever, right? And you're like, and you look at her and you're like, Oreo McFlurry, double switched. Okay, Oreo McFlurry, double switched. Can I get it? Oreo strawberry. Oreo McFlurry double whipped. Double slip. Double what? Double slip. Sorry, she's gonna reorder for it. Dog, that shit has happened to me.
Yeah.
That shit is mad
then you
weird.
roll up to the window to the person that you were just talking to.
Probably thinking this guy's a fucking idiot. Yeah. It's literally my worst nightmare is a drive-thru. That's why I just go inside or I just order on an app.
Yeah, exactly.
Have that bitch delivered.
Oh man. Oh, and come to my own surprise, like I think I talked about this before, but it was like drive-through for Taco Bell because I haven't had Taco Bell in years.
It's been a while.
Right, a long time. I'm surprised they're still in business, but. Yeah, because once I stopped, I'm like, oh, they're gonna tank, because I went there all the time. Yeah, I kept them afloat, But so I rolled up to them one time after years of not going, and I ordered a Fiesta taco salad. That's why I always fucking got it. The shell and everything. Like it was.
You know what to expect. You know how to say it.
Delicious.
You can't fuck it
up. I want a beef Fiesta taco salad, please. Yeah, we don't have taco salads anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's happening? I almost died. I almost wanted to peel out of the I'm like, what the fuck?
Bro, that shit fucks everything up, bro.
They don't have it.
Because you're so
And
comfortable.
I'm like, what the fuck? Why not? I've been ordering this since I was 5. You know, and they've
You're so
always
comfortable,
had it.
and then they just fucking
They
drop
got
the bomb.
rid of it, man. They got rid of it like at the beginning of that year, and I'm like, I didn't know.
So now you have to awkwardly look around.
And I'm like, oh shit, it's been forever. Give me a minute. And they're like, all right, Asshole. And so I'm like looking, and I'm like, where's the double XL grilled stuffed burrito? Oh, it's not on the menu. It's not. I'm like, my A, B, C, D, E, all my options are gone. What the
so
fuck?
you just spread
I'm
out
like,
some random shit, and they're like, "Would you like that grilled or fried?" And they just spill out all these different options. You're like, "Oh my god, is there just one that you don't have to? You just say it and you're done ordering."
I don't remember what I ordered, but man, oh my god, I was so sad. It wasn't there anymore, and I went home and I did research, and I'm like, Fiesta Taco Salad. I'm like, what happened to you? Taco Bell. Like, they discontinued it
Damn, bro.
because it wasn't economical or whatever it was. And I'm like, it was a staple. You know, oh my god, I was so sad. I was so sad. And then I was eating Taco Bell, and then I was even more sad.
Dude,
but-
I know that just fucks everything up, bro.
Oh my god, yeah.
Dude, because you feel so confident. You're like, all right, bro, I already know what I'm gonna order. I'm cocky. So you got, your hand like over the steering wheel, like over that bitch.
I got the exact change.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
okay.
what would you want, sir? Beef taco salad. And you just like look around and shit, like easy.
Yeah, I got this. I got this.
So we don't have that anymore. And you're like looking at the thing, and like, what?
You throw up in my mouth.
You're like, oh, and you're like, and you just say for like 100 fucking times, like basically what we sounded like our first like 10 episodes of this podcast.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you just start fucking. Then you start hearing like random noises and shit, like people honking behind you. And you're like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, that's how I feel. Every time I'm in one of those situations, it's like me in sleep paralysis where I hear random noises that have something to do with me being rushed, but me not actually hearing those noises. It's weird. I start hearing like somebody going, "Hurry the fuck up, asshole," or somebody honking, whatever the fuck that noise is. Like random shit where I'm like fucking start getting nervous. I have to like fake a seizure to get the fuck out of the situation. Super weird.
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm in a lot of social like interactions or situations where I get very anxious and shit. I'm a very anxious person, especially socially.
So do you think we are social butterflies?
I think me more than you for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I think with you it's just getting more comfortable. With me, it is I have to change everything about my life. To get out of this shit, because 99% of the social anxiety that I have is just me feeling that way because I judge people that way.
It's strictly self-inflicted.
It's
for
self-inflicted because I do this to other people and I am afraid of having other people do this shit to me. It's not fair at all.
No,
it's very selfish and very not equal at all.
It's completely on you, man. You know, not everybody thinks the way you do.
But I know like 3% of the population does. But if I get those 3%, dude, I'll be scared.
Wow. But you'll never know.
You don't know who that is. Exactly. So I'm scared of everybody. I know my odds aren't good in finding those people, but fuck, knowing my odds in real life, with everything that happens in my life, with this movie-like fucking script that my life is following to a T, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh my god. Jesus.
So yeah.
Well, all this talk about Taco Bell has got me hungry.
Hey, yes.
So let's go ahead and call it. I guess this would be the Part B of episode 48, Social Butterflies, that we are not.
We're not.
If you like our show, please like, subscribe, comment. If you are watching us, you can also just listen to us. We're on all these different, podcast platforms. But if you're just listening to us, we're also on video on YouTube's.
We on the YouTubes, you know what I'm saying?
The tubes of you.
Yes, you can just go on youtube.com and just look up Not Good Enough Podcast. You will hopefully not get anybody else but us.
That's right. We're trying to flood the market.
Flood it.
With not good enough podcasts.
Yeah, now we're going to do the shit with episodes A and B.
Yeah, look at us.
Yeah.
We had too much to talk about.
We did. Holy fuck. We're doing really good at talking.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. I'm definitely comfortable.
Yeah, for now.
Yep. So we will catch you hopefully next week. And that will be fun.
Yeah, it'll be December.
It will be, oh my God, it will be December. We will have to figure out what we're buying people and what we're going to tell people when we don't buy them anything, but they buy us something.
That's right.
Yes. So we will catch you next time. We hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful week, a wonderful year, rest of the year. And we'll catch you.
We'll see them before the end of the year.
Knowing our track record, 2 episodes in a row is enough.
Not with that fucking attitude.
I'm good, bro. Just stop spilling shit around this general vicinity.
What do you think, man? You think this was good enough?
Andy, I don't think it will ever be good enough.
All right, well, we'll try it again next time.
Yes, we will.
All right, guys. Later. We'll see you next week.
Woo!